Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show, where I try to bring you new providers, new technologies, and introduce you to the best professionals in the industry, all so you can make informed decisions. Today, I'd like to welcome back my friend, my boss, my mentor, Chris Shubert, the channel leader at AppDirect. First of all, Chris, welcome back to the Top Gun Show.
Pleasure to be here, Steve, as always.
Yeah, well, it's a special interview here because congratulations are in order for winning the Top Gun Show Indirect Channel Award for the Channel Leader of the Year in 2023. I got to ask you, where were you when you first found out that you won?
You mean when I won this beautiful little bad boy, whom I love and adore, my own personal little maverick? Actually, I'll tell you exactly where I was. I was doing what I try not to do, which is catch up on things on the weekends. So I was sitting there Saturday morning, scrolling, drinking my coffee, and boom, there was the little video. I was like, well, hot diggity darn, this is awesome.
Well, were you drinking your coffee out of your highly coveted, life-changing Top Gun Show coffee mug?
Unfortunately, not this time. We've got to get that mug upgraded to one of the ones that self-heats. But I'm sure that'll be in the 2024 mug version. But I do keep that mug close to my heart.
That's a great idea. Hot mugs. Well, hey, I gotta say, you were nominated with some really talented channel leaders. I gotta say, a lot of good friends of yours and mine. But let's talk sales leadership. What do you think are the top strategies in your role as a channel leader in 2024?
For 2024, I mean, my key to success is always going to be the same, and I don't think it's going to change whether it's 2024 or 2034. Don't forget where you came from. Sales leaders that forget what it was like to carry the bag, forget what it's like to knock on the door, to pick up the phone, and live in a micromanagement world, I think fail. And they fail miserably because they lose the trust of their teams. When you can identify with your team, with your sales team and understand their struggles, and you do that by not losing touch, by keeping up with technology, keeping up with the systems, getting out in the field, meeting with your customers, your partners, whatever, and staying close and really continuing to still be that guy or gal that carries a bag, that to me is always going to be the key to being a good sales leader.
Yeah, and Chris, I'm an old guy. I've been around the block a few times. I've been a sales leader, VP of sales for most of my career, and I have the privilege of being on your team. And I gotta say, with all the years that I have in sales management, I don't know that I can name anybody that is a more true, pure servant leader than you are. I know you said, don't forget where you came from. You all carry a bag and all that. But I'll tell you what, man, nobody is in our corner like you are. You understand a day in the life of your team, you fight for your team, and you do it all in such a way that elevates your entire team one by one. So you do a lot of things right, and I'm thrilled that you won the award, to be honest with you. So, but I was going to ask
that, Steve, and we can definitely tell it's review season. No.
Yeah, right. My quota just went up. It's okay. It's okay. I don't blame you for that. So we're both kind of talking about this, but what other advice would you give to other channel leaders in your field?
I would say to, in addition to the ideas of being empathetic and not forgetting where you come from, I think another key thing with being a sales leader is just never hiding. I've had leaders in various roles in my career, thankfully not at AppDirect, but in the past that kind of, hid behind things, weren't willing to engage and help the team, or delegate to the extreme. Like, you can never get a hold of them, they're not responsive. Your teams live and breathe by their support, and whether or not they stay with an organization or leave is very often based on that support level they feel from leadership. So, and I'm not perfect, Steve, but I do try my best to be incredibly responsive to the needs of my team and never let them feel like I'm on some pedestal. The other thing I would say is to keep challenging your teams to get outside of their comfort zone. whether it's around a product, a solution, a management style, career path. Always be challenging them, because if a rep gets stagnant or stuck in a role, even a stallion, top performer like a Steve Maverick Farmelo, you always want to keep challenging them to, what's the next step. I think those are always going to be crucial to success. And probably the other thing is just don't be a jerk. That's also a good one. That's a good one to always just remember. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, I saw a bumper sticker that said that, but it wasn't jerk. It's don't be something else. So yeah, but I get it. I get it. I get it. Well, Chris, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun show, and that I've had you on the show before, and I've asked you a lot of personal questions. One thing I haven't asked you though, and kind of leads into your whole career, what was the first paying job you had when you were, young? Your very first job?
So back in the dark ages of the 1990s, I answered an ad that was paying 20% more than minimum wage. And I'll be honest with you, that ad, that's the only thing I looked at. It was paying, I'm not going to say what the wage was because I don't want to reveal just how ancient I can be, but it was a 20% more. I was like, oh my gosh, this is huge. I can do things. Well, that ad was for being a telemarketer, selling magazines over the phone, like subscriptions to Ladies Home Journal and TV Guide. Still remember it. 60 months worth of magazines for $3.39 a week. What a deal. And it was a complete terrible business. Let's be brutally honest. Anything you've ever seen on telemarketers on that HBO show, totally legit and real. But I will tell you, it not only did it open me up to the income potential, but more importantly, if you want to learn how to take rejection like nobody's business and be able to move forward, work in a call center, work as a telemarketer. Because when you're back in my day, still having to actually dial the phone and doing 60 dials an hour, and Lord knows what you can do with your latest call center, you develop a thick skin and you learn how to push through and you learn how to win. So would I recommend it for your sanity? No. But would I recommend it for you as a great training ground for sales? Absolutely.
That's great. I love it. I'm a lot older than you. Minimum wage was $2.65 in my first job, and TV Guide had a little C next to the title of the show if it was going to be in color. So I would go through as a kid. I would look for the ones in color because we were fortunate to have a color TV. So that's how old I am. You weren't even you were a pup. Hey, Chris. I know you're busy. I know you got to get on other calls. I appreciate the job you're doing at AppDirect. You're a blessing to call a friend. I also am very honored that you won, through the nomination and votes of your peers, the highly coveted Maverick Award for 2023 for Channel Leader. Thank you so much for carving out time out of your busy schedule, my friend. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Top Gun Show viewers. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching, everybody.